Hey, so I know that 2 videos in one day is a bit unusual, but considering the circumstances, I had to make this because I just feel so bad. As you know, or as most people know, um, Steve Jobs passed away today. Well, later in the night, like an hour or so ago, and people will be saying tomorrow, like, where were you? What were you doing when Steve Jobs died? Like, and then, like, later on in life, if you ever talk about technology or something, they'll be like, you'll always remember Steve Jobs because he changed the technology world, and you can't argue with that. He changed it. And personally, I think he changed it for the better. I mean, he made buying music and listening to music and just he made that so much easier. And he made a computer for the artsy types of people. For that, computers were basically for business people and, rich people who could afford them. And he made a computer that, with iMovie and all the editing software for pictures and movies, it was just for, like, an artsy type person. Ignore the phone. And it was just amazing. And I just want to make this video in remembrance of him because he was such an amazing person. I don't care if you don't like him, you have to respect him. And when I found out, I was watching Jack's Film's live chat, and then a bunch of just messages came up on the little chat thing, and it was like, Steve Jobs died, Steve Jobs is dead. And he just looks down, and the smile fades from his face, and he's like, what, no, really? Like, he didn't believe it? And then he was like, yeah, see this thing? Steve Jobs is such an amazing person, and everybody will always remember him. And when I found out, like, the second thing that came into my mind was I just felt so bad because I know Steve Jobs means so much to her. She cried when he stepped down, and it's just, I felt so bad, and I know how much he means to her. He was her inspiration. I mean, imagine if your role model and inspiration died. This would just be devastating. And later on, she put up a video with, a sad face, and she was just crying, like, the whole time. I watched it relatively, like, when it came up, like, pretty fast, and the first few comments that were thumbs up, the 2 top comments that were thumbed up, I just couldn't believe it. And if you go on my Twitter, I took a picture of it because I was just like, how can you say that? And one of them was like, good news for once, I can sleep comfortably knowing one less filthy capitalist is off the face of the earth. The other one was, you gotta be kidding me. He was just the CEO of a technology company that sells overpriced computers with the aid of good advertising. You didn't even know the man, and you're crying about his death? F this bad earth. And one had 11 and one had 9 thumbs up, and I was just like, you have to at least respect him. I mean, it's just so sad that, you can't argue that he didn't change the world of technology. He just did. He was an amazing person, and now, thank you, Steve Jobs, for making just the technology world so much better, and rest in peace, and, my heartfeltness goes to his family, because I just can't imagine how they feel. So, yeah, I'll just end this video now, because, yeah, so, bye.